Hey there, Soul Tribe. It is the Joy Healer, Kathy Weiss here. I use my gifts as an intuitive and clairvoyant to help you find deep fulfillment at the level of your soul, which is joy. And I am coming to you live from my reading room here on the Central Coast of California. I've got your weekly energy reading for the week of March 2nd through the 8th, 2020, coming at you here today. And I just want you guys to know I feel so like content and peaceful and really eager to hang out with you today. And I would love it if you're watching live or even if you watch later and you want to give me like a little hey shout out or some little thumbs up or hearts or whatever. I always say stars. I wish they had like a little star in the quick little click emojis. But whatever. I'm digressing because, it's a beautiful day. Like California, late winter, early spring, like super sunny and bright and clear, but there's a breeze blowing that's kind of like, whoo, brisk and refreshing, and the air just feels clean and like, it's fabulous right now. So, we're going to dive in. This is a piece of amethyst. It's kind of carved into a sphere. And I'm holding this up because I want you to see really like the purple shades. That's the color I'm going to be doing for your energy healing here at the top of the video. But I'll be sending it in the form of light. So it will have more of a translucent or opaqueness to it rather than solid like the amethyst. But I did want you to see that color there. So we're going to start off with energy healing. And the cool thing, like this is like sometimes to me. Um, Even though I can do it, it's still like, what is happening? Energy healing is not limited by time, space, or in my case, technology. So whether you're watching with me right now live or you're catching a replay, you can choose to receive energy healing. And right away, when I said that, you're like, I heard some of you asking why. Why would I want to receive energy healing? And I'm like, well, why would you not? It's like oxygen, but instead of oxygen for your physical body, it's like fuel for your energetic body. We all have an electromagnetic vibration that extends away from our body. And there's a whole lot of info I won't drop down at you, but your energy field can get depleted, it can get blocked, it can get little tears or leaks in it, and all of those things can sometimes contribute to us not feeling our best or having our full self, or like we don't have that sense of well-being. So energy healing is just like fuel for your energy layer. So if you want to receive energy healing today, you can just put your hands into an open receptive position. You can be like me, facing the camera. You can have them face up by your sides or on your lap, whatever feels comfortable. And if you're newer to energy healing, you just kind of want to watch and observe and like check things out, just softly close your hands today. So little fists, place them face down feels right for you. But like this is pretty cool to be getting a little zap of energy healing through this video. Yeah, and it was just like, okay, we're gonna begin. So again, if you choose to receive, have your hands open and receptive. I'm sending you colored light, the same shade I showed you on the amethyst. If you didn't see that yet, you can go back later and see the very beginning of the video. The energy is coming in a really gentle, pulsing vibration, very similar to like a gentle rock in the ocean, which makes sense for today's reading. It's also, I'm hearing the word love, so you can receive love. Pure divine love, unconditional love for yourself, simply because it's nice to receive that. Okay, and we're complete. So you can bring your hands down. Let's get into this week's energy. So there's a lot going on in the world, right? There is worldwide concern about our health. There is concern about our political environment. There is concern on individual levels with aspects of life that are confusing, or I heard the word overwhelming, or things aren't going the direction you perceived they were going to, and you're feeling like a little off kilter. And so it all just feels like a whole lot, and that there is a rising desire to sort of like freak out or panic or kind of lose your shiznit, you know what I'm saying? To kind of like lose it and fall apart. And this clairvoyant image that I'm receiving. So remember, clairvoyance means that I am feeling the collective energy, and then I receive images in my mind to interpret the energy so we can discuss it. And this image that I'm seeing for all of us this week is this beautiful, calm ocean. So I'm very fortunate. I live on the coast of California, and I have lived in California my whole life. So I've seen the ocean in all of its different forms throughout my lifetime. And there are times in the year where we say that the ocean is flat. I mean, not completely flat, but it's just so calm and so still. There aren't white caps happening anywhere. The waves that are coming in are like very slow, little lapping at your ankle type waves. And it's very common to see this in the evening as the sun's going down, or even midday. But the image that I'm having of it for you guys this week is when it's starting to move towards sunset, and there's like a little bit of that golden pink glow around the ocean. And while the phrase we use is that the ocean is flat, there is this deep awareness that beneath the surface of the ocean, there is always movement. There is always this rocking and swaying, and there is always life underneath the ocean. Things are still happening beneath the surface, even though the outside of it, the external form, is flat. It's calm, it's peaceful, it's tranquil, it's warm. That glow, that sort of golden pink glow that I'm seeing, is one of love. And that's the energy that we're being invited to bring into this week in light of all of the stuff going on collectively and also individually. And I have this really sweet channeled message for you from the collective guides of source that I jotted down, and I sort of jotted it down in shorthand, so I may pop in with a few extra thoughts and tidbits as I go through this message. But it feels like some of you are going to perceive it as contradictory or as surprising, because you want to take in all of this information and sort of be a little bit like Chicken Little, like, oh my God, the sky is falling. I gotta run around. I gotta freak out. I've got to get a handle on this. I've got to make rash decisions based on my fear or my overwhelm, instead of like sitting down and getting calm and getting peaceful and making wise decisions, which is kind of what the message says. So let me read that to you. And then if you have questions or comments, pop them down there. Or you can just, thumbs up me if you're with me. All good. I love the first sentence. It says, humans are a panicky bunch. And guys, keep in mind, I am a human. I'm right there with you. Okay. So don't feel like, I'm berating you or anybody else. Just like, this is the message. And remember, or maybe I haven't said this in a while, when I channel messages from source, my thinking mind shuts down and I go much more into a place that is like meditation. So a place where I'm unable to form my own thoughts or emotions around things. And usually as the messages come through, they don't stick. So I don't even remember what I wrote down. And so that's why that first sentence, when I looked back down at it, I'm like, oh my God, that's just so darling and charming. So I digressed. Let's go back to the beginning. It says, humans are a panicky bunch. Bring in calm like the ocean, that ocean I just described. And if you missed it, go back and hear the description. There is always activity underneath: birth, death, regrowth, regeneration, decay, decomposition. There is nothing to panic about in the collective life cycle right now. There is nothing to panic about in the individual life cycle right now. This is our guidance to you. Choose calm. Choose to be calm, wise, and discerning. These are your best tools this week. We love you. Amen. Short, sweet, simple, but really important, I think, for a lot of us this week. You're a smart person. You're a wise person. And you are welcome to acknowledge feelings of discomfort, of fear, of panic, of overwhelm. But that doesn't mean you have to take action from those places. We are all experiencing a wide range of human emotions, and you can just, pat yourself or cradle yourself or give yourself a little love and say, it's okay. I understand why you might be feeling this way. And now let's choose calm. Let's choose to sit still. Let's choose to do some further thinking. Let's choose to apply the knowledge and wisdom that we have and step away from the panicky energy to make wise choices rather than rash or irrational or fear-based choices. Right? So the decision is yours. You have free will. And if you're looking for specific guidance in your life situation, right? Because this is a very vague and generalized message for the collective, for everybody. I do receive and channel very specific, personalized, individualized messages that will get right to the heart of your particular life situation, especially if you're feeling like stuck or uncertain about which way to go with something in your life, or if you have lost that disconnection to your own joy or your own fulfillment or satisfaction, and you just need someone like from the outside who can deliver those messages and energy healing right for you. You can always book a private session with me, and that's at thejoyhealer.com. Okay. The mermaids are back, and I love the mermaids. I think they're so beautiful, first of all, for the artwork, but whenever the ocean energy comes in for the symbolism of the collective energy, I love to go straight to the mermaids. And I love to, I love how the sort of the purple, I'm getting a little reflection there, but the purple on the deck is very similar to the purple in the amethyst that was the energy healing at the beginning of the video. So if you are catching this in the middle, just know there was some energy healing at the top of the video, and you can always go back after we're done and catch that replay. Get you some energy healing. So let me just give that deck a little bit more of a shuffle. That's feeling pretty good. I shuffle them before we get together live. Oh, Janelle, work waves causing wakes in your personal life. Yeah, that can happen, right? And so choose to be calm. Throw down some extra meditation. Choose to take a walk on your lunch break and bring things down and recalibrate from there. And thank you on the top, Nordstrom Trunk Club. By the way, if anybody wants a referral link to Nordstrom Trunk Club, that was like a random plug for something else. But if you, I have a referral link to Nordstrom Trunk Club. If you want it, let me know and I'll link you. Can we get back to the mermaids? I say that with love. When you work with me privately, one-on-one, you get to choose where in the deck your cards are. It's like, ooh, is it that top? Is it that bottom? I'm feeling more like the bottom, and it's like second to bottom. The mirror. Know thyself, self-examination, and seeing who you really are. She is just gorgioso. And I love how the reflection that she's looking at of herself is a little bit distorted. And so getting to know your true self really I mean, I get what they're saying about the mirror and like looking at yourself and self-examination. In yoga, we would call this svadhyaya. It means self-study. And self-study, I was just trying to explain this to someone. It's like, I can't tell you in a little teeny tiny social media post how it is as an empath and an intuitive and a healer. I protect my own energy and not be affected by others. Because it like it's too much, right? There's too much information. So getting to know your true self is going to help in times like Janelle said, where like personal, where your work life starts to affect your personal life. Um, and so you can start to understand yourself to create boundaries if that's what you need to do, or understand your true self so that you can make those calm, wise decisions that are in alignment with who you are at a deep, deep level of your soul, as opposed to making decisions that are a reflection of what's going on in society, which may or may not be a reflection of who you are, or making decisions based on what you think other people want from you, as opposed to what would be best for your heart and your fulfillment and your joy. And that, yes, it does take courage, guys. It totally does. And it may sometimes cause changes in your life, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing, right? Yeah, and I'm like, we could go way, 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 way more into that, but what we're going to do right now is just peek into the guidebook for the mermaids and see what the mirror has to say. It's time to gently yet firmly see the truth of who you are and to understand that who you are is not lacking, but truthful, beautiful, wonder-laden voyage into the soul. So even as I was reading that, what I was hearing on top of it is you are the divine, you are the universe bursting forth through you as you. And you're perfectly imperfect, right? So each of us is perfection in divine mind and imperfection in human expression. That's just part of it. That's like just can't separate that out. That's a part of who we are. And so if you can embrace and love your imperfections, you'll move more into that calm, peaceful place. One more thing it says that I want to drop down with you. It's time to be shown what the eye cannot always see, but that the spirit has sense. And this may come through observations like loving words from friends, or even from a stranger who notices something that you tend to overlook, or in a moment when you glimpse at who you have become. It's always such a beautiful thing to look back for a moment at where you've been to see how far you've truly come. Because you're here for the growth and expansion of your soul and for that deep fulfillment, which is joy. You're here for both of those things. And if you can look back and see how much you've grown and expanded and how much you're aligning with your joy, that helps you to see who you truly are at the soul level. And be sure to embrace the, can I try that sentence again? Be sure to embrace the mirror and the magical mermaid's tool as an ally. Wonders and healing will unfold. So some people like to think of it as a mirror. I think of it more as like going deep inward. However you choose to perceive it, self-study, svadhyaya, get to know yourself. And that does mean that at times you need to go off on your own, even if you're in a group of people, to sit back and get to know this. I'm hearing there are other ways to describe it, but we're not going to go there right now. So if you have questions, drop them down here, because your questions often turn into the answers for the next channeled messages, or it's what arises in one-on-one sessions with me. I love you guys. I am sending you so much calm, peaceful energy to ride through this week, and that love and trust and knowledge of your own deep deep wisdom and your own ability to make decisions from that place that is calm as opposed to that place that is agitated. You're so awesome. I hope you have a great, great week. I will see you again next week for your weekly energy reading. And in the meantime, maybe hang out with me over on Instagram at The Joy Healer, or pop over to thejoyhealer.com and grab a free mini intuitive reading if you haven't done that yet. Okay? I love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Namaste.